Hi League fans, this is Marta from WinGG, and today I'm here to talk to you about upcoming League of Legends champions. Before we get into this discussion, please do hit like and subscribe buttons below to help support us, as well as to stay tuned to all our upcoming content. Now, let's talk new champs. A few months ago, Riot shared a new champion roadmap. They've let us know that in 2022, there will be 3 champions coming, 180 carry, 1 support, and lastly a jungler coming from the void. Not much info has been shared about the 80 carry yet. We know it's coming early in 2022, we know it's gonna have a unique auto attack and it's gonna wield some sort of an electrical cannon, but that is pretty much everything we know. When it comes to the other 2 though, there seem to have been some hints coming from lore and other League games. So let's talk about a support. The idea of who the next support is going to be is actually coming from Legends of Runeterra. And it's coming because Caitlyn has kind of been the spotlight champ this last year. She is one of the main characters in Arcane, she got this visual rework and everything, so it would make sense that a coming support is somehow related to her. Now, there's this champion Legends of Runeterra called Karina. Karina is presented as a chem baron who cultivates some sort of exotic and deadly flora called Magnus Opus, and she wants to overcome Piltover's council. She goes so far as to kidnap Caitlyn's parents and using Magnum Opus to ambush Caitlyn, so you see why she would be Caitlyn's arch enemy. This Magnum Opus feeds off Zaun's toxic smogs, and given Riot has said that the new support is going to be someone who uses traps and likes ambushing people, it really fits the scenario. Now, if that's not enough to convince you that Karina is going to be the next champ, let's look at the artwork they shared in the champion roadmap. Now, if you look at the bloom at the crest, it does look awfully similar to Karina's flower from the Runeterra cards. From all this, it sounds like we're in for some Zyra-like gameplay full of blooming traps. So first we have some mysterious cannon wielding 80 carry, then we have Karina coming as a support, and then what do we know about the jungler? So Riot has told us the jungler is going to be a new champion from the void, and there have been some recent updates to the lore that would kind of fit this scenario. Feast of the Prophet is a recent story that came as Malzahar's lore update, and it talks about this refugee that flees Noxus to join this Shuriman cult. Now, this cult sacrifices everything and anything to this cult that has weird purple fog-like magic coming out. It sounds awfully like Void, doesn't it? So, they sacrifice everything, like I said, including themselves. And it comes to the point where Mayor, this refugee I mentioned earlier, has to sacrifice himself. He's not really into it at first, but then Malzahar shows up and kind of brainwashes everyone, and all of them, the whole cult including Mayor, throw themselves into a pit. By doing that, they allow Void to steal all their memories, and now the whole point this is happening is because Void is in turmoil and it's looking for a new presence. It's a her, the presence, and Malzahar believes that with memories of Mayor and this whole cult, he can actually help create this presence. It's not much information, but it is a story that talks about a new Void-born creature, so it could be that it's the new jungler. There is another lore story that came on later. It's called The Faceless God, and it kind of seems to add to this story. There is a Void Swarm happening in Shurima, and it may very well have to do with this Void creature that came out of Mayor and other cultists in Malzahar's story. This story could also be setting up for a new Ascended, an animal-like warrior like Nasus or Renekton, but that's a story for another time. And you tell me, what are your thoughts on this? Are we stretching it, or is Riot sending us some hints? Whatever the case may be, it will probably be months till we know for sure. In the meantime, stay tuned with WinGG, click likes and subscribe, and I'll see you all soon.